Welcome to this demonstration race of Fuji 1968, and we're going to do a new multi-class series at Sim Racing Online with this GTPC C2 class and the GT Revival class. So those two mods combined, we're going to do a multi-class series, and this track Fuji 1968 is going to be one of the events that we're going to do. I chose this track to give a demonstration of the two classes together, although I've passed all the GT Revival cars already. Just hooking up to the rear of this C2 class of the GTPC mod. There are 5 cars, 5 C2 cars in this mod that we're going to use. I'm driving the Honda M379C, and there's also a Honda M379 just plain without any addition letters. And we're gonna there's also the Alba AR2, the Lola T616 and the Mazda 727C. So 5 cars all together, and this Honda 379 is basically the muscle car of the pack, and then the Alba AR2 is sort of in the middle, and the Lola T616 is also sort of in the middle, and the Mazda 727C is like the agile car of the pack. Low on straight line horsepower, but very late on the brakes, and very early on the acceleration. So that car, the Mazda, is going to do pretty good on tracks like Clermont-Ferrand and Montjuice, that I'm also planning to add. So the short twisty tracks, the Mazda is going to shine there, but also in the sector 2 and 3 of this track, the Mazda is also very strong because it's twisty. But as soon as we get on the long straight on the start-finish line, the Mazda is going to suffer from the lack of top speed, and it's going to be overtaken if it's not created a big enough gap to the other cars. But from these 5 C2 cars, you can look at all the tracks that we're going to do and then make your choice on what car suits you best for all those tracks, because you're gonna have to keep the same car that you do your first event with. So I've tweaked the setup a little bit for this Honda 379 because it was a very understeery out of the box. This last corner is always such a corner to think about. You really don't know exactly where you should start entering and start slowing down and start accelerating again. It's a sort of a mystery corner to me. I found a line that sort of works, but I'm sure there's something better. Also depends on the car that you're driving. So we've driven this car, this track, with the Formula 1 1967 mod from Chief Wiggum, and with those cars this track is, well, pretty bumpy. Because the cars are quite stiff, but with the GT Revival mod and these C2 classes, it's pretty good to negotiate the bumps on this track, especially if you're opting for a softer setup like I did. then it's no problem at all to drive this track. This track is a bit bumpy, but it also depends on the car that you are driving. If you're going to suffer a lot or in a lesser degree of those bumps. So let's make this the last lap. You get a good impression of the cars. I didn't overtake any GT Revival cars, but those cars are also pretty awesome to drive here. Especially well, let's do another one. Let's do another lap. One more. Especially the Ford Falcon. Or the Ford Mustang, excuse me. It's gonna leave every other GT Revival car behind on the long straight, but then it gets in the twisty section, like here, and then because of the weight disadvantage of the Ford, it's gonna suffer in the twisty bits and might get overtaken again by agile cars like the Porsche 906. So it's really a bit of a chess game what car you're gonna take for all the tracks that's gonna be on offer. So I'm thinking Fuji 1968 this track, and Clermont-Ferrand, Mount Panorama 1967. Also expecting Lime Rock Mountain. I like to do that one. And provisional track Road Atlanta. And last but not least, a city street track, Montjuice. It's also going to be fun driving these cars there. So let's come in now into the pits and make this the end of the demonstration. So I hope you got a good impression while I overshoot my pit box because I wasn't paying attention. Reverse and try again. There. So hope you liked the demo. Check out the series on Sim Racing Online at Sim Racing Online, and I hope you sign up for either the C2 class or the GT Revival class. Both are pretty awesome, and I will see you there. Bye bye.